What's poppin'? Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. We are here to go over 90 Day Fiancé, The Single Life. We are going to be going over this season with James from Watch Your Mouth Reviews.
Hey.
I appreciate you for being here. I hope everyone subscribes to James's channel. He has a lot that's going to be coming back and some stuff that is back. Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back, unfortunately. But he recaps it, and the recaps are worth it. Bell Collective is now back, so he is recapping Bell Collective on his channel. He is finishing out Potomac. He is also covering Married to Medicine, and he does updates videos on pop culture and all the people related to the shows that he covers. So check him out. He's in this.
Yes.
Lord, this episode, if you had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best thing that you have watched, what would you rate this episode?
A 3.
I agree. 3 is my lucky number. That's why it's B3ST. In case anyone ever wondered why we put the 3 for the E, it's me and my husband's lucky number. But in this case, not so lucky because
it's so unfortunate because I understand what they were trying to do based on me watching 90 Day before the 90 days and then kind of like understanding when it doesn't work out. I totally get the concept. The problem is that they're not getting fully single people. And I think that the fully single people have an attachment to their former spouses or soon to be former spouses in a way that it's not natural. You know, I'm seeing lost women. I'm seeing confused men. It's like, I don't understand.
I agree. Excuse me, y'all. I'm tired. But I agree. I definitely agree. I've always felt like, so 90 Day to Single Life, I started watching for the first time during the season. This was like back in 2021 that Chantel, Natalie, Jamal, who is Kim's son, they were all on that season. And I liked it, but I was very confused by the fact that you called this 90 Day the Single Life and everyone was in a relationship or getting out of one. And so then, I feel like that's strange, but maybe TLC is trying to go with the you're single till you're married narrative. But
possibly. But then here's the thing. It's one of those situations where it's like, okay, we have people that are double dipping. And what I mean by double dipping is they both were on previous seasons of the show and was married to other people while being on the show and then coming together now to try to be together. And y'all know who I'm talking about, Pedro and old girl. So I just feel like it's messy. And then you have situations like Kim, who I feel like for me ain't doing nothing but going around and fucking and then sitting around here talking about her family issues. And it's like, well, what are we talking about with the single life? Are we talking about the single life or the single issues? Because then if that's the case, we need to talk about this show need to be called 90 Day, the single issues, not the single life. That's how I feel.
Not the single issues. That's actually kind of clever. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's kind of clever.
TLC, if y'all take my shit, I want my cut. I said it here first. Ain't nobody who's recapping this show has said that. I want my cut if y'all create a show called The Single Issues.
Because that's actually a brilliant concept. Don't talk about it no more on the internet. I'm gonna start putting stuff in the bottle of it. We want our cut if we said it first. I'm gonna just put it just like that and leave it there. But I agree with everything you're saying. I genuinely do. This episode, we're gonna start with Liz, Pedro, Sophie, and a little Russian girl who's just happy as can be and pregnant. So we see that the last time we left off in this episode, we saw that Sophie was on some BS. I'm gonna just call a spade a spade. Like there's a such thing as a female as having too much game, and there's a such thing as a female as being wishy-washy and teasing and playing games with men. And Sophie gives me that. I saw something on Reddit. I love Reddit. And I saw a Reddit thread where someone was like, Sophie's the type of chick that's only going to show you interest if you show no interest in her, but still somehow cash her out. I said, ooh, I hate to say it, but I agree. Others have also been attacking the amount of plastic surgery she's gotten. I think it did age her. She looks like she's well into her 30s and she's only 26 years old. Y'all stop paying for people to put stuff in your body before you end up like Cardi B and K Michelle trying to get your ass back natural. It's not worth it. It's not. But Liz is talking to Pedro because Pedro's like, what's going on with your friend? She's supposed to be interested in me. And Pedro is trying to court her. Say what you will about Pedro. Pedro, he did some shady stuff on the family Chantel, but most of the shady stuff that happened was his family's doing. For the most part, he seemed interested in Chantel and stuff till the end, but Pedro seems like the type of guy where if he likes you, he's a relationship guy, and that's what he wants to do. So I will give him that. And he's trying to end up in a relationship with Sophie. And Liz is like trying to tell Pedro, Liz, I know some people were like, Liz, why would you go and talk to him on her behalf? But he came up to her and Liz handled it how she would. She saved her friend from losing her man as quiet as it's kept because she was like, she's still healing. I don't think she deal with the ex, but she's still healing. People though feel a way about Liz talking to Pedro. Did you feel a way about?
No, I kind of felt like, because to me she played it safe. It wasn't like she was giving like explicit details or corrective details. She just was literally just playing it safe and giving him just a small nudge of feeling. Almost enough to where it was like, okay, now he has to question his movement. I don't feel like she gave that much. I really don't.
It's almost like she just said enough so that he would know, like, look, my friend is interested.
Right.
I don't know why she's tripping right now, but she's interested. So hang in there, player. Like, she can only do so much, especially if he approaches her. And then Liz and Pedro know each other from 90 Day. They were both on the show. They were both involved with this franchise for years in multiple ways. So she could talk to him all she wants. She could talk to him all she wants. But Sophie still wants Pedro to slow things down. She feels like they're moving too fast, and they do meet and talk on their own. They have a little meal together, and Sophie makes it clear that she's single. He's like, well, what are we doing? She's like, if you meet somebody that you like, I don't care. Do you single. And if I see somebody I like, you shouldn't care because I'm single. It's given she wants to thought and plot in the Dominican Republic. Good. I mean, good for you, Sophie, I guess, but you say you and Pedro have been talking. 90 Day Fiance is filming you. And something Pedro said that I agreed with. What you think he just out here buying you jewelry and stuff to buy it? Because no shade, Sophie, you a pretty girl, but there's a lot of girls just as pretty as you or prettier. So be careful with how you think your pretty privilege is going to affect you, because he looking at you like, I ain't buy this shit just because you pretty. I'm trying to be in a relationship. He's not just doing this for girls he dates. So I don't know. They get into it at the end of it because he's like, well, I made it very clear to you that I'm looking for a relationship. And she's like, okay, but I'm not ready. And Pedro's like, but you told me you were ready for a relationship. And she kept trying to say, no, she did not. But I don't believe her. I think Sophie's lying. I think she's full of it. I think she still wants Rob. And I feel like she's just trying to talk to Pedro to make Rob jealous. I don't know why I feel that way, but I do. How did you feel about them on this episode?
Because I don't know them, it was confusing because it was like, well, then what you come way down there for?
No, it's not that you don't know her. That she wasn't making sense.
It was okay. I was like, because maybe I was like, okay, maybe because I don't understand her, or maybe there was some backstory that I didn't understand. That's why I was kind of like, what are you talking about? So you came all this way for what exactly? I mean, I get it was a girls' trip that got intercepted with them trying to make something, whatever this is, happen. But it was kind of like, okay, so are you playing games? Because this man is literally coming up to you, saying what it is, buying you gifts, making this trip very memorable for you on his part, and also including your friends, which he didn't have to do in the first place. And I just feel like for you to be so unsure, it almost gives, are you wanting to go back to your husband? Is this what this is? Like, because why waste this man's time and why waste the effort he really is putting in to be with you? It doesn't make sense. That's why I was confused, because I'm like, okay, did something happen that we just didn't see? I don't know.
Sophie needs to just stop wasting everybody's time because it's not entertaining to watch. Like, as quiet as it's kept, I think she's stupid to date Pedro, and I think he's stupid to date her. I think they only like each other based on the fact that he's handsome and she is pretty. I don't think they click beyond that. I just really don't.
Yeah, which is sad because that's not enough, to be honest with you. Like, that's not enough to be like, oh yeah, let's be together but I only like, the sentiments of you, the aesthetic and
It's a
what you could
shame.
be.
It's a shame on Pedro's behalf because no shade to Sophie, but her relationship with Rob has always been a joke to me as someone who did watch them on 90 Day. But with Pedro and Chantel, I don't know if I'm the only one that feels this way. I wish they did not break up. The problem with Pedro and Chantel was their families. Their families did too much, and this is the example of people who are close with your family. It's a beautiful thing to have a close relationship with your family, but you need to be able to separate it from your actual relationships because they will bring them down and tear them apart. And I've noticed that with every friend I know that comes from a family that they are close to, no matter how big or how small, seems to struggle with that. And Pedro and Chantel are the best example of that. It's unfortunate, but I feel like they're gonna struggle. And now Chantel's in this lesbian relationship, which no shade, it seems very disingenuous. The chick she's with seems a little shady, I'm not gonna lie, but I'll digress. Hi Shani, welcome in. Good
Hi,
evening.
Shani.
Thank you for being here. I know you don't watch this show, but I appreciate you for still supporting the channel. She said I'm the
Yeah.
first. You sure are. You
Yep.
sure are.
And you might want to start watching it, Shani. I'm trying to get into it. It's good, but it needs something. I don't know what it needs, but it needs
The
something.
single life always feels like it's missing something. And I thought it was just me, so I'm happy to have a second person's opinion to see, like, no, it's
not you. It definitely, they're missing some type of concept, and it's not very clear on what it is. Like, I don't know if this, because maybe they should mix up the concept to where they're not picking people that were previously on the other 90 day shows. Maybe they need to pick new people like they do 90 Day before the 90 days. Like, kind of just be like, or I don't know. I think it's like they have something, but it's just not fully developed.
they'll figure it out though. I hope. I think TLC sometimes relies on the success of 90 Day Fiance, just like sometimes networks rely on the success of a franchise and then they don't put as much effort. But I feel like they'll catch it because a lot of people are annoyed already this season. Oh, no need to apologize, Shani. If you
Never
tired,
apologize. Yeah. We happy that you caught the playback. Like, that's all we could ask for. So no, you're fine. Don't ever apologize about that. You're good.
I agree. I agree. Y'all, Kim and Jamal, we're going to get it. She said, last thing I remember was fake at Akeem.
Who?
I feel like my brain is not going to connect that right now, but I'm going to message you later about that, Shani. Kim and Jamal. So Jamal is making his mother suffer for making the responsible decision to give her children up for adoption instead of raising them when she did not want to and would not have been able to emotionally. I never fault any person who decides to give their child up for adoption, especially if you made that decision, still went through a clean and sober pregnancy. You did everything you were supposed to do for that child. So I'm not about to beat up Kim, and I think Jamal should not either. Now, he's not helpful. He's extremely selfish. Honestly, Jamal is one of the most unlikable people I have seen on television. I'd rather watch Martell and Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Damn.
I'm so serious.
That says a lot.
Because for like men like Martell and them, you know that if they ever get some real therapy, they're fixable if they do the work. Men like Jamal, I don't think he's fixable. I think he thinks he knows everything. I think he thinks that he's God's gift to earth and women and his family. And I just can't stand him. So he was on The Single Life Before James on a previous season dating someone else and was terrible. He's just truly just horrible. I don't care for Jamal, and I feel like he might be a little bit gay. And that's okay if he is. But I don't know. He's being extremely hard on Kim. They bring up the fact that Kim has another child that she had. So Larry, the young man that Kim had first when she was 21, she gave him up for adoption, gets pregnant a year later, has another baby, a daughter that she gave up for adoption. Now, Jamal is being hard on his mama, but he knew about the daughter because he had overheard his mom and his aunt talking about it. And so Jamal has known about this for years. I said, you've known about the daughter for years. then why are you making Larry such a big damn deal? If you've known that she had another kid for years, I get that your mom is lying to you and that's not a good thing. But I mean, at the end of the day, these are not your kids. These are your siblings, but they're not your children. And I think that Jamal needs to kind of back off a little bit. The other thing is Jamal claims that he wants to be there when Kim tells Larry, who's going to be coming into town on camera, and Kim has to tell Larry that he has a sister. Larry doesn't know he has a sister, which I found interesting because he did his ancestry. So shouldn't the
DNA, yes, but doesn't it work where like they have to do theirs too?
Yeah, so maybe the sister hasn't done it, but the fact that Kim has, it should have linked any child she's had, which is in the system.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So I don't really know what's going on with it, but Jamal says he wants to be there when his mom tells Larry about the sister to make sure she doesn't lie. I said, how about you learn how not to lie, Jamal? I ain't forgot what you was like when you were on 90 Day the Single Life. How about you learn how not to lie? How about if you're mad at your mama, you don't go to her house and still expect her to do for you? You spoiled little bitch. Man up, Jamal. James, how did you feel about these people?
Here's the thing. I agreed with you when it came to Larry. I was like, no, you tripping, because at the end of the day, you don't know what your mom's situation is. And from what my understanding is, all three kids were by the same man. Mm-hmm. So you don't know what their situation was like. And the fact that she was in the military on active duty kind of makes it a little bit more complicated. Now, I was like, okay, with Larry, I totally get, yeah, Jamal, you tripping. Now, when it came to the second child, I said, okay, well, now, Kim, granted, I still agree with how I feel about it's her business, it's her place. That was the best choice she could have made if, directly she could not raise those children. Now, the reason why I say, okay, now Kim, is because I can understand to some degree how that is deception. If we've always had an honest relationship and then it comes out that you had a son, fine, we can let that go. Or if I found out about the daughter first, fine. But then here you go with another kid you gave her for adoption. It's like, well, at the same time, I get both sides. I do. I think he's doing too much. And his response is way too much, but I understand feeling deceived. I do. I understand what that would feel like, because it's like, well, you already didn't tell you. I had to eavesdrop.
But you really are doing too much, Jamal. As she said, it was a closed adoption. That means once the baby came out her coochie, she signed that document. She has no legal right to contact that child.
Right.
Contact their parents. She cannot do that. And if the child were to go and look for her, the only way they would know is if she reached out, a lot of times, depending on what their parents told them. So if it wasn't a closed adoption, I would totally be like, Jamal, you're within your right. But based on the fact that this was a closed adoption, I think you summed it up the best. He's been deceived, and we don't want to take away from that. But you got to relax, because she could only do so much.
Right. And that's why I said I understand his feeling, but I just think he's just going overboard with it. Like, I'm not saying he doesn't have a right to feel away. No, he definitely does. But at the same time, what do you want her to do, and what do you want to do about it now? You're going to meet your brother. I don't know about the sister situation because they didn't touch too much on that, but you're going to meet the brother, and all you can do is build from there if Larry is open to having a relationship with y'all. That's all you can really do.
A relationship with Larry. This has been come out. They explained that they've had a relationship and been building. They've met him in person. They were showing pictures of Larry and Jamal together. Larry, Jamal, and Kim together. So they have the relationship.
So is he upset that directly he wanted siblings and had them? That's just didn't.
That's why everybody's trying to figure out what the fuck it is that he's upset about. Because
it doesn't make sense.
Larry, you've known about Larry, you've met Larry, you have a relationship with Larry to where you're saying you want to protect him. But at the same time, you've known about your sister for a very long time, because your mom said you found out about it when you were younger or something. And you overheard your auntie and your mama talking about it. Like, Jamal, if anything, you just as bad as your mama because you know about the sister and haven't told Larry, but claim you want to protect him. So I feel like he's just being a selfish douchebag and trying to cover his own ass with Larry. I feel like Jamal is just like his mom. And when he realizes that, I think he'll be a little easier on her.
I agree.
Shani said, "Who's the child and who's the parent? Make sure I don't do what? Funk out of here, boy." That's the other thing with Jamal. Sometimes I feel like even though we become adults, you still got to stay in a child's place to a certain extent around your parents. At least I do. There's just certain stuff I won't do or say around my parents, regardless of how I feel about them.
Right.
Jamal, he seemed like he'll just run up off the mouth of his mama whenever he feel like it.
But the thing about it is, and that's where Kim fucks up as a person, because and I guess she has somewhat of guilt, so that's probably why she doesn't correct it or say anything. But at the same time, you brought this little boy in this earth, not the other way around. So you need to
Right.
get some ordinance and be like, look, I did the best I could do with what I had, and I didn't have much because your fucking daddy was out of fucking control. And I wish she would say that, because here's the thing, y'all. I feel like he's way too hard on Kim. Where the fuck is the dad? Is he still living? Like, where the fuck is
The
he?
dad's absent behaviors, though, definitely impact Jamal in the way he is. And I feel like because the dad may not be present, Kim takes on the anger he has for mom and dad,
Right.
which is not fair. I just want Jamal to grow up, y'all, but they're going to stress us out. We're going to get into Courtney and Colt.
Oh, Lord.
So both of these people were on 90 Day Fiance. They both were Americans who sponsored someone from other countries coming. With Courtney, I believe it was a man from Australia. With Colt, I am very familiar with Colt and Larissa. Larissa was on House of Villains, I believe, this past season.
Oh,
That went
okay.
off. She looks botched and disgusting now. Larissa was a gold digger. Colt lived with his mama. And Colt's mama was too much in his relationship. And I'm saying this for James and for whoever doesn't watch the show and doesn't know the history. Colt is disgusting. I heard he had an OnlyFans at one point. He treats these women like shit. It seems like he dates women in Brazil and exotic looking women and then cheats on them with another exotic looking woman and then acts as if the woman was the problem. I just don't like the way Colt moves. He also kind of moves in a way where he's just looking for somebody to take care of him. I just think he's a pointless human. That's how I view Colt. But he is living with Courtney and her parents in Orlando. And Courtney, you need to move. She's 34 years old. It's time to leave the house when you're 34 years old. Okay, you got to go somewhere. She says she lives with her parents because they're the best roommates she's ever had. Of course they are, because she got the parents that's washing her clothes, doing her laundry, bringing her food, helping her go play golf. And she says she doesn't want to leave her parents' house until she gets married. Girl, just say you don't want to pay bills.
Okay, you gonna be there a while then.
Just say you don't want to pay bills.
Okay, for real,
She gonna get
because
married and have that man pay the bills.
I mean, because the way I saw her, I was like, okay, you too content with life, so you must not want to be married.
You don't. If my parents had a house that big, shit, I'd live with them too, though. We don't have to see each other if we don't want to.
Yeah, but then the ordinance of everything, because I get like why she's the way she is, and I get like the whole everything is taken care of, and then the house is humongous. But when you think of her mindset behind it, because it's one thing if you just living because one, the house is too big, your parents are older, and you know somebody got to be there, fine, that's fine. But when you ain't got your shit together and you running from man to man and you going on TV and shit, just being reckless, no, there is an ordinance of spoiledness with her that I
Welcome
see.
to 90 Day Fiance as a franchise where a lot of these people end up living with their parents. A lot. Season after season. But she tells us about Antonio, who she dated on 90 Day Fiance. He cheated on her, did her dirty. Same story everybody goes through, unfortunately. Now she's dating Colt. They met on the 90-day retreat that was filmed. Colt fell and broke his leg with his fat ass. And because of that, he had to go and get surgery. He shattered his knee, broke his leg. He tore himself up. And I understand that that's a serious recovery process. Now, Miss Empty Head, Courtney, decided to take care of him because they were friends and they say they bonded. because she cared for him. She invited him to live with her and her parents. If you have your child living with you, don't let them move people in because they're never going to leave. That's all. That is literally all. But she moves Colt into her parents' house, and we get the backstory from Colt, but we know about Colt, and he ain't shit. We already know. Now, he can't do nothing for himself. I'm looking at him and I'm like, okay, y'all in the bed, y'all snuggly, all of this stuff, but he cannot do anything for himself. He needs help putting on shoes. He cannot bend. I saw his surgery scar coming up from his knee all the way up to his hip. And then there was another scar coming from like his knee down to his ankle. So he tore himself up pretty good. So he probably does need help with a lot. He's on crutches. Courtney is dressing this man, feeding this man, clothing this man, and he is getting all of it. He is getting in-home nurse treatment, food, shelter, all sorts of stuff for free. Colt's not paying any bills, doesn't contribute anything. And I'm really looking at her parents like, y'all just want that girl to end up alone. Like, if you're encouraging her to be taking care of a man like this, like, you can help him, but he could have had his own apartment in Orlando and she could have been driving over to him and helping. Or she could have moved in with him. Like, why did he come to her? That's the part I don't understand. But I'm going to digress because maybe clear people and the colorless have another way that they like to date. Ain't no way in hell if I'm caring for you, you're going to be living in my mama and daddy's house free. Negro, you better have your own space and I'll come there to take care of you. Now I'm getting a free roof and you getting free medical care, okay? Colt has her twisted. But it gets worse. She meets with her friends at the pool and it comes out before this, but Colt and Courtney have not had sex. And ordinarily, I would be like, okay, that's kind of a red flag if you're living together. If you're living together and not having sex, please stop trying to play house because that's what you look like. Like, doesn't make sense. It just does not. So they're not having sex. And when she first said this, I was under the impression that they were having like maybe oral sex, the way she explained it, where maybe they're like dry humping, hand jobs, using a mouth. You know, I'm thinking they're doing that because she's like, oh, and then we tried to get to the point of penetration and he can't seem to do nothing. He can't keep it up. She says that because of his leg issues, the circulation to his eggplant emoji has been cut off. I have never heard anything like that. Okay. But Courtney, bless her heart, is blonde. And I'm a blame it on that. Now she talks to her friends and she's explaining it deeply. And she's like, I'm doing so much for him. And he can't get it up. He can't get it up at all. And this has been going on for a few months. And while she's talking to her friends, Colt's talking to his friend about sex with her in her mama's house. And oh no, Shani, he's into women. He's not into this woman. He is not attracted to her. I don't think Colt likes, I think we finally see a white man that don't want a white woman. I don't think he likes them because all of the women he's dated, including his ex-wife, were Brazilian. I think he has a thing for Brazilian women. Some people like what they like. Nothing's wrong with it. But Colt has a thing for Brazilian women. And now he's with this tall blonde chick in Florida. And she's a beautiful girl, but she's not the type of beautiful girl that Colt is used to. And it's not right for him to stay in her house and let her care for him when it seemed like he's not attracted to her. Because he said the other women he was with, they wanted to have sex all the time. He said his last ex-wife couldn't get enough of giving him head. So to go with a woman who he says is now laid back is not excited for him. I said, if she's laid back and will agree to whatever, that should excite you as a man. It's given you just not attracted to her, Colt. And why are you leading her on if you're not attracted to her? So I'm like, I'm not about to play these games with Courtney and Colt this season. I'm not. How do you feel about these people? Because I know that was a lot. And he's also still talking to Diana. I forgot to mention
I was just going to say, was this the one I was still talking to? Okay.
Yes, he is still talking to Diana, which, get this, the messy part about it. He met Courtney at the 90-day singles retreat. Only got close to her because he injured himself. If he didn't injure himself, he was hopping his nasty ass on a plane to go see Diana.
Did he break this? Didn't they say he broke the same leg in the thing? Or
He
am I
only
thinking of
broke his
something?
leg once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I could
He
have
only
sworn I
broke his leg
heard.
once.
I could have
He
sworn
got
someone said it.
hurt.
Yeah.
No, he only broke his leg once. And because of his injury, he wasn't able to go see this Diana chick. And he says he never stopped talking to this Diana person. And Courtney's aware that he's talking to other women. His dick's not getting hard and you're still staying.
I think this feels like an ego thing for her more so than you just want a man in your house. Just for the
Yes.
sake of it, because this is a ego thing. This is not a future thing. This is ego, and y'all have to understand. Some women do shit like this. It's not foreign. Some women do goofy shit like this, where they move men in their house, or they have a man there cooking them shit, just to say they got a man there, because it's nice to show off to family members who expect you to have one. So you finally have one. He ain't about shit, ain't worth shit, but at least he there. That's what this is. This is exactly what that gives me, because I'm like, it doesn't make sense either way. You know, he's talking to other women. You are taking care of him, bringing him in your people's house, and for what? For no promising future? That makes no sense.
I don't know what she's doing. She's not smart. And I just, we'll see. But Colt, shame on you. Like, honestly, stop dating him. He's not that cute. He ain't got no job. He broke. He got mama issues. And he's a serial cheat. Like, please, y'all. Now, we're not going to be here long, thank God. The last person we're going to talk about is Gino. He meets with Natalie. Natalie's skeptical because the last time she met up with Gino, he was beefing with his ex. His ex pushed her and tried to fight her, and the family was in the way of the bull. So Natalie's like, I don't really trust Gino. I see some people online saying they think Natalie's only talking to Gino because the cameras are up. I haven't gotten that energy from her yet, but I could see how people would feel that way. I feel like Gino goes for women that are unrealistic for him.
Yeah, I think because for me, as someone, as I said, I do not watch these shows. I have no opinion about anything. To me, if people are saying that the only reason why she's talking to Gino is the cameras up, because I would have to agree with that. If I was in a situation that I had no expectation that your wife was going to pull up to the spot that we are just socializing in and then attempt to whoop my ass in the place, and then I still want to deal with you after the fucking fact, yeah, it's for camera time. I don't see it no other way. Like, she does seem genuine. Like, don't get me wrong. She don't seem like she disingenuous, but it is weird. Like, what the hell am I supposed to be doing with you after your wife just tried to fight me over some bullshit when she was the one that was fucking around? Like, it don't make no sense. So that's what I'm saying. I kind of agree with the people. I do.
Yeah. 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 When you explain it like that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the people because when I was
I'm
listening to it, I was like,
she didn't just try to get her, y'all. She pushed her.
yeah, she got her.
She pushed her. She got her.
Yeah, she got her. That's why I'm saying. And then he ugly too. So I'm like, no, this is for camera.
And then she says, in what we see for the preview for next week's episode, that she sees that he's still going back and forth with the ex-wife, who he still ain't divorced from.
He ain't divorced from her. So yeah, he has to go. He has to go back and forth with her. Unfortunately,
I'd be so tired. Like, as someone in a relationship, people don't want to admit that they're desperate to find love, but they are. You are desperate to find love if this keeps happening. Just wait till you're divorced, Gino, and then resume dating, especially if you got the type of female you're divorcing that is going to be fighting the women that you get with. Like, just wait till you're divorced.
She got a whole nother man. This is what.
But until they divorce, she got a whole nother man and her husband.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all stop dating people married. Stop dating people. If someone tells you and you're dating them, I just went through a breakup. Well, how long were you with them? Or we were engaged and we were together for, I don't know, 3 years or something. Like, don't date them. You don't need to be nobody's rebound who was just fixing to get married. You don't. Like, and if somebody's still married, don't talk to them. Because until you're divorced, you are married. If they get hit by a bus, they're going to be married. They're not going to care about them divorce filings and paperwork. They're not. So hopefully these people get smarter, but we know they won't. In the meantime, this is a new show that we're adding to our little lineup. So I hope that you guys continue to watch it. I don't have much to add. Did you have anything you wanted to add? Because we flew through.
No, because once again, it's a show that I'm trying to get invested in that I don't know the people. I don't know no backstory. And it seems like this is a show where the backstory is important. So it's kind of like I'm still trying to get my swing of things. I was reading Shani's comment, just like Stacy, like white German men. Here's the thing. Stacy like black men as well. She does. Chris Samuels. She likes black men. Now, she ain't gonna marry no black men because she's smarter than that. So that's why, I wouldn't leave that.
Be smarter than that.
Because I wouldn't leave the Audi man either.
I mean,
the CEO of Audi. I wouldn't have left him either.
There are powerful CEOs of other companies.
There
have more money than Audi. I think Stacy, though, I think she is the black woman that dates whoever's interested in her and can get her to giggle or feel a butterfly. I don't think she discriminates in who she dates.
I don't think so either.
And to go from Timo to Chris Samuels.
I don't think Chris Samuels is all that either. So I just feel like
Chris Samuels is the nastiest looking thing ever. Monique, we know why you got with him, girl. You saying that's all somebody got to say to clear Monique's ass up. You sitting up here acting like you somebody, but you was sleeping with a man you wasn't attracted to for years for some cash. So be quiet. That's all people have to say, because Chris Samuels is not cute at all. I choose Timo any day. I'd be dropping it low and spreading it wide in the Audi.
And Timo don't look like he require much.
Nope.
That's what I was
to a couple dinners. Smile, give him up.
He gone. Listen, he gone 2 days a week. He be gone for weeks at a time. All I gotta do is focus on Arabella. Yeah, it's fun. I ain't got to work either. Oh yes, I definitely want somebody like a Timo. I do. Because that's easy, y'all. Y'all don't understand how easy that shit is. He probably don't even require fucking but once a week, and I'm telling y'all, that's nothing.
Stacy living her best life.
She living her best life. Yeah.
He don't care about the wig. He don't even care about the wig.
He don't. He just see long, beautiful hair. Y'all don't know. I'm not mad at Stacy for going back. I'm not. Because to me, if the shit is marriage is hard all on its own. It's a hard thing. Well, I'm not saying hard. It's challenging because there's times you like them, the times you don't.
You said it right.
So the fact that he gone twice a week anyway, just on regular general purposes of work. Yes, like get your ass out this house. I will see you, and then you miss them too.
Stacy leaving QVC probably impacted her marriage too, because she was suddenly present and able to notice his absence. But I feel like now that she's picked up this,
well, he filed. She didn't.
Either way, I feel like
so something definitely happened. I wish she would expand. She ain't gonna expand on that shit because they're back together now.
I feel like it has to do with her going from working for so many years to then suddenly being home and then trying to come on a show. Like, I feel like that's what it is. But y'all, that's it for the single life. I'm gonna eat dinner. We will be live tomorrow because Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is back. I don't think that Love and Hip Hop Miami is coming back. I have not seen it on my DVR. I thought I did see it. I don't like the way they ended it. I don't know if VH1 is pulling a Love and Marriage Hunt, or if BET is pulling Love and Marriage Huntsville and giving us a couple episodes and then maybe bringing back the rest of the season at another time. But Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is back. I will be covering it. It airs tonight. So I will be covering it tomorrow.
Based on a little clip I saw, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. Y'all, come on, just cut this shit out. MTV, stop. Just stop already with this. I am sick of y'all with these foolishness.
Shani says she watching it right now, but that's what I'm about to get into, y'all. We're going to watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Tap in for that. We'll be back on James's channel over the weekend, I believe, for Bell Collective. Yeah. But we'll be here all week. All week, because we got Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Then we have Housewives of Beverly Hills. For the Valley, I don't think I announced it yet. I'm not feeling it. I tried. I'm going to compromise with my subscribers because I appreciate and respect y'all. I'm not going to make James waste his time and come on the Valley. And we're not going to do the Valley live anymore. I'm going to give you guys like a pre-recorded video, maybe like 15 to 20 minutes, where I just review the episode and my thoughts on it. And after this season, unfortunately, I probably will not be recapping the Valley Persian style.
They would have to come in with a huge bang next season for me to have to stomach.
I'm at a point now, I don't even want to give next season a chance. You know, we have day jobs, we have lives, we have things that we're doing. I really need to be entertained. And I haven't really dropped the show, you guys. This is the first show that I've ever dropped on my channel. That says a lot. I'm still hanging in there for Love and Marriage Huntsville, even though I wasn't going to come back for that. But I'm going to give that another season. But the Valley, I can't Persian style. The Valley Persian style, I cannot. But I hope everyone understands. Other than that, please see the poll on the channel. Please subscribe to James's channel. You can also check out our joint YouTube channel. We're gonna figure out like a game night on our joint YouTube channel.
We are. We're gonna do like a. Maybe we can do like a. I don't know. Like maybe what is that game called where you have like the cards and you have to read the answer on the back? Cards Against Humanity or some shit like that.
I think you got it right. But yeah, I wanted to do a game night. I suggested it to James. He's gonna probably figure out and put it together.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to find a game.
I didn't mean to put you on blast. I'm y'all.
No,
I'm behind in school. My job is crazy. I'm doing the best I can with what I got.
No, I'm still brainstorming ideas and stuff. A game I actually was gonna bring to you. I might still text you about it. You remember the game MASH?
Oh yeah, MASH.
Yeah, maybe we could do that. I don't know how we'll do it, but
name that song would be fun too. Please,
yeah.
Drop suggestions in the comments.
Drop suggestions of which I want to. Yes.
Because we will likely go live probably Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure which day. But please drop suggestions, y'all. We trying to change up our content, keep things. The heck? Come on, computer, keep things going. Name that movie quote. Because I
do want to do a live. I did wanted to do a live on Black movies though, but it would take too long. Or a pre-record. A
pre-record, we can.
Let's do a pre-record and probably do like a so that way we won't get copywritten because we can edit the fuck out of it. Like talk about like problematic like the psychology. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna text you because someone said to me that people should dissect the psychology of Set It Off. And I said, "Ooh, that would be a fun thing."
With another artist who went to UC Berkeley, who I was friends with, Be Money, Be Manifested. I don't think she watches this channel anymore because she had like some issue with my husband, which was strange. And
no,
you know who I'm a side with at the end of the day.
Yeah, right.
I did the what was it? The psychophilosophy of television, and we had did a live where we just literally used our education and discussed like the psychophilosophy of television. So that would be something fun to do. I'm always down with it. Shani says she likes the lives. I appreciate the feedback because I'm trying to figure out now that my music reactions are gone, what to replace that content with. But I want to make sure that it's content that I'm passionate about and will enjoy doing and that you guys will actually enjoy watching. So we will be figuring some stuff out.
We'll do that for October. We'll do that for October on our channel. So the October, we'll do like an Oktoberfest. Mrs. Best doesn't do horror movies, so
my husband loves them. So I'm still watching.
As much as your ass scream and shit, they had actually might get us some views. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Do I scream that much? You sound like the guy telling me that. He be laughing at me.
Girl, I don't know what we was watching at my house. Your ass was screaming. I said, girl, ain't shit happened yet. What you screaming for?
Oh Lord, that'll be
maybe we could do like a black horror movie or something like that. Maybe we'll do like a Black History Month. We'll do a black horror, like that. Like maybe we'll do like Blackula or something.
Shout out to the town, Ryan Coogler. You gave us Sinners. Hello.
That's also a great one to psychoanalyze the sinners because there's a lot. Oh, there's a lot we can do with that one.
That one was a good one. That was a good one. Vampire in Brooklyn is a legendary film.
Oh, absolutely.
Legendary. My dad loves that. I am dog sitting. So please excuse the dog. Shout out to my sister's dog, Meadow. But luckily we're at the end of the live. Oh Lord, these animals. Yeah, let me go get these animals together because now the cat creeping up on them and my cat's shady as hell. But I appreciate everybody for being here. Subscribe to James's channel. We will get some content out. We will see you next time, and shout out to the Replay Gang. Adios.
Adios.